Has no one read the Constitution of the United States of America and the First Amendment? Thank you very much.
Look, let me tell you something. I'll take a bit of umbrage here. I'll speak on behalf of my colleagues. I think I can say we are all willing to work with anyone who's serious about doing the work of censoring the American people and advancing progress. But
okay, she wants to censor the American people. That's what she wants. It's what AOC, who's, by the way, trying to tell illegals how and she's going to say, well, it's First Amendment. Okay, but you're actually a lawmaker who's now in direct violation of federal laws. She's out there trying to say we need to rein in and censor the media. This is what they do, okay? This is Chavez-style communism.
I do think that several members of Congress in some of my discussions have brought up media literacy because that is a part of what happened here. And we're going to have to figure out how we rein in our media environment so that you can't just spew disinformation and misinformation. It's one thing to have differing opinions, but it's another thing entirely to just say things that are false. And so that's something that we're looking into.
It would be great if you would, because, actually you guys put all kinds of disinformation, misinformation out there over and over and over again. And you were all over us because we were trying to report the truth. Right here on the Trish Regan Show. Reminder, subscribe, share, like, all that stuff, because it really, really matters. It's really important. Join the conversation if you're watching live. If not, tell us what you think in the comments below, because they tried aggressively, they're still trying to shut down speech. And look, I mean, talking about gaslighting people. I mean, to sit there with a straight face and try and tell you that laptop from one Hunter Biden was nothing but misinformation fed to you courtesy of Rudy Giuliani, when it was real, and they knew it was real. They knew going back to 2019 that it was being investigated by the FBI and that he was being investigated by the FBI. And yet 51X spooks, all part of this so-called deep state, they come out with that letter and they place it in Politico, which, by the way, was getting millions of dollars from USAID, of course. I mean, you can't make it up. Now they'll say, oh, that's false information. We weren't really getting money from the government. Well, they were getting subscription money, okay? They were charging $10,000 a subscription for Political Pro. Reminds me of the toilet seat things that were happening in the military way back when Regan had to crack down on it. $10,000 a subscription for people to have Politico Pro. I'm sorry. You know what? The Bloomberg terminal is great. Politico Pro, not so much. So it was not worth $10,000, but they can hide behind that and say, oh, we weren't really, the U.S. government was a customer of Politico. How interesting that the U.S. government with the deep state and USAID, they're the ones that, decided we're going to say that this is false misinformation. You can't talk about this laptop. And then they put the letter where they said this, signing their 51 signatures, in Politico, bought and paid for media. I mean, that's what it is. It's on top of the New York Times, which we've learned got roughly $50 million, including $30 million from HHS. No wonder they did not want RFK Jr. in there. No wonder they were fawning over Fauci. Again, paid media. At least NPR and PBS have the decency to tell us otherwise. And now they're going to sit there and they're going to fight this and they're going to fight it and they're going to fight it. And you know what? They're not going to win.
Millions of Americans tuned in to one of the most shameful hours we have ever seen on cable television. Fox News host Tucker Carlson ran a lengthy segment last night arguing the January 6th Capitol attack was not a violent insurrection.
Remember that? I wanted to show you that because Chuck Schumer, he got Tucker fired. This is the deep state at work, you guys. This is what they are capable of. And they forget all about this little thing called the First Amendment The Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or of the right of the people to peacefully assemble or to petition the government for redress of grievances. I mean, they are trying to impose, or did, I should say, because America voted and America kicked them out, but they were trying to impose some kind of Chavez-like Marxism, socialism system on all of us. And it's pretty darn terrifying when you think of what could have been. Right? Well, it's not going to be. Donald Trump is not going to stand for this. He's already canceled 85 contracts at the Department of Education, and Maxine's having a heart attack. Maxine Waters.
Look them in the eye. Come on, hold your face up. Look at him. Let him see you. This is him. Look at it. What's your name? Tell us your name. Give me that ID again.
Giving you the ID, I showed it to you.
So what?
I showed you the ID.
You do what?
I showed you the ID.
Could you let me see the ID again? Huh?
No.
No? Will someone else ask him for the ID? Will you ask him for it? He won't let me see it again. You didn't see it. You didn't see it. They didn't see it.
So the Department of Education is in for a rough ride. Maxine knows it. She was trying to get an appointment, you see, unscheduled, with Linda McMahon, who now runs the Department of Education. Because you see, Donald Trump, he's canceling contracts like this one. The Department of Education was given $8 million, how do you like this, to an NGO, which argued that America is a, quote, racialized structure of power, privilege, and oppression, and suggests that Republicans are violently fighting for the maintenance of white supremacy. It advises public schools in 13 states.